Well, that loss was heartbreaking. On to the off season. What's up, everybody? Well, the 2023 through 24 season is officially over for the Detroit Lions, and so with that, it is time to begin the off season. I will probably save free agency for another video. So, in this video, I will deal with the thing that most people think about coming into the really every off season, the NFL draft. And this year, we've got a loaded draft class. And I'm not just going to talk about the Lions here. There are a lot of good prospects like Caleb Williams, Drake May, Marvin Harrison, Kool-Aid McKinstry. Great name, by the way. And there are just a lot of great talents in this draft. So let's take a look at who every team should be drafting this year. Number 1, Chicago Bears. Hold up, we got a trade alert. I have the Atlanta Falcons trading up from number 8 to number 1, giving up 3 first-round picks, a second-round pick, and Kyle Pitts. I don't see that Raheem Morris would want to use Kyle Pitts in his offense because the Falcons haven't seemed to have wanted to use him for forever. I think that Kyle Pitts just needs a fresh start somewhere else, and that fresh start could be in Chicago. And with that, the Atlanta Falcons take Caleb Williams. He is the best quarterback prospect in this draft. And is he the best overall player in this draft? No, probably not. But I think he is going to be the number 1 overall pick. Number 2, Washington Commanders, Drake May. This pick is really easy for the Commanders. They just take the best remaining quarterback after number 1. And in this scenario, it's Drake May. He's got the strong arm to be a real franchise QB. Number 3, New England Patriots, Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels represents the type of quarterback that this Patriots team might want to build around. Something new, someone who is mobile and something like Lamar Jackson-like. And I think he is a good fit here because the Patriots have an awful O-line. So the fact that Jaden Daniels can make plays with his legs will definitely help him. Number 4, Arizona Cardinals, Marvin Harrison Jr. This is the dream scenario for the Cardinals. They watch all 3 of the top quarterbacks go to the top 3 clubs on the board, and then they get Marvin Harrison Jr. It's absolutely perfect for them. Number 5, Los Angeles Chargers. Hold up, we got a trade alert. I have the Chicago Bears trading back up from 8 to 5, giving up their first round pick next year and the second round pick they just got to move up to number 5 and take Olu Fashanu. He is the best O-lineman in this draft, and the statistics really do support me on this one. And I think for the Bears, they need to continue building that O-line, and a really good offensive lineman prospect like Olu Fashanu will help. Number 6, New York Giants, Joe Alt. This decision is really easy for the Giants. Just take an O-lineman. I know a lot of Giants fans will want a receiver or a quarterback, but that's not a really good decision right now. For them, the best decision is to just take an O-lineman. Number 7, Tennessee Titans, J.C. Latham. J.C. Latham is a really good O-lineman, and the Titans' offensive line unit was awful last year. So a offensive lineman would do them really good here. Number 8, Los Angeles Chargers, Troy Fautanu. Yeah, I'm ending the offensive line streak here. But Troy Fautanu is a serviceable number 4 O lineman in this draft. And the Chargers, like a lot of the teams I just gave O lineman to, they need O lineman help. They've got to keep Justin Herbert upright. They have to. Number 9, Chicago Bears, Kool-Aid McKinstry. Kool-Aid McKinstry is the best cornerback in this draft, and he's also got arguably the best name in this draft, but that doesn't matter. He is a physical corner. He can make plays, and that's something that the Bears need because Jalen Johnson might be leaving in free agency. Number 10, New York Jets, Talise Fuaga. This decision is super easy for the Jets. Just take O-line. O-line. And most mock drafts here will agree with me. But in this mock draft, I want to give a lot of O-linemen out in the top 10. So Talise Fuaga is the pick here for the Jets. Number 11, Minnesota Vikings, Michael Penix Jr. Now, Michael Penix Jr. is one of my favorite prospects in this draft. I love his story. He's almost like Kirk Cousins. He's getting older. He's injury prone. But he's still 10 years younger than Kirk Cousins. And that would really do the Vikings good here. Number 12, Denver Broncos, Bo Nix. This is the perfect scenario for the Broncos. Maybe they can keep Russell Wilson for maybe one more year, draft Bo Nix this year, let him sit for a year, and then let Bo Nix take over next year and cut Russell Wilson. It's the perfect scenario for them. Number 13, Las Vegas Raiders, Nate Wiggins. Nate Wiggins is probably my favorite corner in this draft. He's a really good shutdown corner, and that's something that the Raiders need, considering that they don't really have any all-pro talent on that roster outside of Max Crosby. Number 14, New Orleans Saints. Hold up, we got a trade alert. I have the Eagles trading up from number 22 to number 14, giving up a 3rd-round pick this year, a 4th-round pick next year, and Kevin Byard to move up and take offensive tackle Amarius Mims. Amarius Mims is exactly what the Eagles need right now. They need to continue getting younger on that offensive line. Jason Kelce just retired, and they will probably take a center in the later rounds, and that would definitely do them good. But here, they need to start grooming a replacement for Lane Johnson and whoever else their other tackle is, because they're getting up there in age. And also, I just find it funny that this is another Georgia player. I swear, these two are trying to become one and the same. Number 15, Indianapolis Colts, Cooper DeJean. This is really easy for the Colts. They just need to get more secondary help. And I think that will do them pretty good. I think for the Colts, they could go a lot of places here except quarterback. But I think that ideally, they should get another corner here to help out that not super talented secondary. Number 16, Seattle Seahawks, Dallas Turner. The Seahawks really need more help on the defensive side of the ball. That's evident. And for them to get the best pass rusher in this class would be insanely good for them. And getting him at 16 would be an absolute steal for the Seahawks. Number 17, Jacksonville Jaguars, Cameron Kitchens. Cameron Kitchens is a really easy pick for the Jaguars because they need more secondary help. So getting a safety here would be ideal. Number 18, Cincinnati Bengals, Tyler Guyton. Come on, Bengals. Just draft an O-lineman. Please. This year, I am giving him an O-line in Oklahoma's Tyler Guyton. They need to keep Joe Burrow upright. They have to. Number 19, Los Angeles Rams, J.J. McCarthy. This is a really interesting pick because in Michigan, I felt like he was a system quarterback. Like, he was held up by a prolific running game and a ferocious defense, but put him in the Rams offense for 2 years, let him sit behind Matthew Stafford. He could be something special. Number 20, Pittsburgh Steelers, Graham Barton. Graham Barton, again, these Steelers need O-line help, and getting Broderick Jones was good last year, but more offensive line help would be good for them. Number 21, Miami Dolphins, Jared Verse. The injuries on the defensive line piled up over the last couple weeks of the season, and that ultimately ended up costing the Dolphins a division title and most likely a playoff win. And for the Dolphins, they need defensive line help. And so Jared Verse is the pick here. He is almost on Dallas Turner's level, which is really good for the Dolphins. Number 22, New Orleans Saints, Kalen King. Kalen King is a really good pick here because the Saints just need to get younger everywhere. And I mean everywhere. They have little to no young talent on that roster. Chris Olave is the only person right now that I can name who is a starter under 25. That is really insane. They need more talent, more young talent on that roster. And for them, let's give them Kalen King. Number 23, Houston Texans, Brock Bowers. For them, they need more weapons for CJ Stroud, and I don't know how long they're going to have Dalton Schultz. So, getting a new tight end would definitely do them good, even if he doesn't make an immediate impact. Number 24, Dallas Cowboys, Malik Neighbors. Now, I know what you guys are going to say. Lion Act. How the heck does Malik Neighbors fall to 24? He should be a top 10 pick. The thing is, guys, these teams don't need receivers right now. These teams should be taking O-line, defense, defensive line, you name it. Wide receivers are not that important unless you are an actual contender. And for the Cowboys, they are an actual contender. So getting Malik Neighbors and pairing him up with Brandon Cooks and CeeDee Lamb would be insane. Number 25, Green Bay Packers, Tyler Nubin. They need safety help, and Tyler Nubin obviously fits the bill because he's very physical player, and that is something that the Packers need on that secondary. Number 26, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Jerzon Newton. Jerzon Newton is just a really, really good player, and the Bucs, they still need defensive line help because Kalijah Kancey so far doesn't look like he is the answer. So let's give them Jerzon Newton. Number 27, Arizona Cardinals, Laiatu Latu. Now that they've got an offensive weapon for Kyler Murray, let's get them a defensive lineman to help out on the pass rushing side of things. And in this scenario, it's Laiatu Latu. I think that this is a really good pick for the Cardinals so that they can continue to get more talent on that roster. Number 28, Buffalo Bills, Rome Odunze. The Bills need more receiver help because Stephon Diggs is getting up there in age and he doesn't have a number 2 receiver to complement him. So let's give Josh Allen Rome Odunze. Rome Odunze is a very physical receiver, and he could be a really good option if Diggs isn't open. Number 29, Detroit Lions, Quinion Mitchell. Quinion Mitchell is one of my favorite cornerback prospects in this draft, and that's mostly because he has got a lot of speed, and he can get up there, catch the ball, or intercept the ball, and then take it home for a pick six in seconds because he has a lot of speed, and that is something that the Lions need, a ball hawker and speed on that secondary. Number 30, Baltimore Ravens, Chop Robinson. Chop Robinson is a really good prospect, in my opinion, because I think that the Ravens need more defensive line help if they want to continue to contend. They need Lamar Jackson to stay healthy next year, and yeah, they should be good. Number 31, Kansas City Chiefs, Keon Coleman. Come on, they need a receiver. Take a receiver. They need a receiver. Jeez. Just get a receiver for Patrick Mahomes. You haven't had a certified WR1 since Tyreek Hill was there. Rashee Rice is good and all, but more weapons for Kansas City would do them good. And finally, number 32, San Francisco 49ers, Jeremiah Trotter Jr. Yeah, I think the 49ers are winning the Super Bowl, so therefore they get the last pick in the draft. And they need linebacker help because Fred Warner is getting up there in age and won't be able to be the only linebacker up there forever. But what do you think of this mock draft? Let me know down in the comments. And with that, peace!